SABC News reporter Nonhlakanipho Magwaza joins us now for an update. Nonhlakanipho, good evening to you. And certainly you listened to the Premier. It does sound like the teams are stretched. And of course, there's a lot still to be done on the ground as far as mop-up operations are concerned. And I suppose that's being made difficult by the rains. Give us the very latest from where you are.
Good afternoon, Bongiwe, and to the viewers at home. Yes, I've heard what the Premier has just said. From what we've seen going around eThekwini today, a lot of places, although there was classified as places that are prone to flooding, we didn't see much happening in those areas. However, we did see in Pinetown and in Kloof, and areas in the west of Durban, those were the hardest hit areas. However, we did also ask the Cooperative Governance Department as to how many other places were affected, and they did say that areas in the south coast were also affected in these recent rains. So far, I was hoping that the spokesperson for the COGTA department will be here by now, but I think he's stuck in traffic. It did mention that the number of fatalities has risen to 2. I believe one he mentioned in Umlalazi, and one is the one a woman there in Pinetown. However, the question that you posed about people in low-lying areas and those who have houses near river banks to move to higher ground. We've visited those areas, especially Quarry Road, Lamontville, where the recent flood hit most, I believe last month. These people are saying that it's easy for government to say that they must find a higher ground, they must find a suitable shelter. However, for them, the area or the place that they are living in, that's the area they know. There is no other option for them but the place that they are living in now. However, they did mention that previously, in the previous floods, the ones in Quarry Road, they were hit by the 2022 floods. Their homes were washed away. They were promised by government that they will be moved from that area to find a suitable accommodation for them. Although some of the victims of the 2022 floods are still housed in temporary shelters that government is paying for, as well as the recent flood victims. They are now being moved from one accommodation to another. They were first at one hotel. Now apparently they are moved to another hotel, and in this hotel it's still a government who is funding these accommodation or these places. However, we did also speak to a couple of people saying that they would appreciate assistance from government and to find them suitable accommodation. However, I am joined, he did finally manage to make it here at the SABC, Mr. Senzo Mzila from COGTA. We'll pose a few questions and he'll be telling us a few updates on what exactly has been taking place around the province. Mzila, thank you for making it. We do understand that from what we've seen earlier on throughout the night and today, the hardest hit places is the west of Durban, Pinetown and New Germany, or the other places in the province that were hardest hit.
Good afternoon to you, and good afternoon to your listeners and to your viewers at home. The province of KZN has experienced inclement weather conditions since yesterday. Yes, large parts that have been affected is the eThekwini Metro, but we can confirm as well that there are other parts that have been affected. Here we're talking about the Ugu district, parts of the Ilembe. We also have large parts of the province that were affected in terms of light outages as a result of trees that have fallen on power lines, therefore disrupting electricity. We can confirm though that the Department of COGTA, working together with Eskom, they are doing the best they can to ensure that communities are brought online as soon as possible.
Now, Mr. Mzila, we did speak earlier on. We so far had one fatality confirmed. Has the number risen?
Yes, unfortunately, there was an incident that took place yesterday in Ward 6 under the Umlalazi local municipality where a lightning strike occurred in the Makoba family. There were 5 people in the household. 3 of them were severely injured, and 1 of the family members tragically lost their lives as a result of the lightning strike. The MEC for COGTA, Reverend Sulasizi Buthelezi, has expressed his condolences to the families that have been affected, and the MEC is calling upon communities as well to continue to be vigilant as another weather warning has been issued for a level 4 for large parts of the province.
I understand that the department is also urging people in low-lying areas, those who have homes have homes along the riverbanks, to find higher ground. But we visited these areas. People are complaining, say that there is no higher ground that they can go to. How can the department or government assist them in finding a suitable shelter? As you said, that the level 4 warning and level 6, I believe, is still ongoing until the weekend.
Well, the department is working closely with Makosi, traditional leaders. We're working also with all municipalities. We're now currently, the ground across KZN is already saturated. We had a good amount of rains in the month of February, and these rains are adding to that. When we call upon our communities to seek higher ground, we've got a number of measures that we've implemented. For example, community halls. The MEC for COGTA, Reverend Buthelezi, has instructed all municipalities to ensure that community halls are available for people to take shelter there, because those are the most safe public buildings that are easily accessible right now. Also, there is a call that has been made by the MEC that our communities cannot build in low-lying areas. We should not be building next to rivers. We shouldn't be building in areas that are next to large bodies of water, as this poses a risk to ourselves and to our families. And the department is working closely with a number of municipalities, a number of units that do special planning within municipalities to ensure that we tighten regulations and ensure that our communities don't build in these areas where they put their own lives in danger.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
That was spokesperson for the COGTA department here in KwaZulu-Natal, Mr. Senzo Mzila. He just confirmed that there are now 2 fatalities, one in Pinetown and one in the Umlalazi municipality. And he is saying that there are measures in place for those in low-lying areas to be accommodated in their community halls as well as neighboring schools. He is also reiterating the call for people to remain vigilant as the weather warnings are still in place, the level 4, the level 4 for the rest of the province and the level 6 for coastal areas in KwaZulu-Natal. Back to you in studio, Bongiwe.
Nonhlakanipho, thank you so much for that update. And as he says, also do take extra caution as you're going out to be covering these different stories in different areas. And of course, that also, is one to also watch there as safety concerns remain. So do be safe. Thank you so much for that update. That's my colleague there, Nonhlakanipho Magwaza, coming to us live from Durban there. And 2 fatalities now confirmed in KwaZulu-Natal. One in Pinetown, as we've been reporting, and there's then another fatality in Umlalazi. And of course, this continues as the level 4, level 6 warnings are now in place. So you do not also want to miss the weather that's coming up at the bottom of the hour to get a sense of how things are looking in that province.